Yo, what's good, man? Jeez.
Yes, sir.
We're in the building, man.
Spin theory.
We're in the building. We got
Yes, sir.
Doug, Trunkz. What do we call you?
Whichever you want.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is Doug your real name?
Douglas is my full real name.
Douglas.
But everybody calls me Dougie.
Dougie.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
now Trunkz.
Trunkz.
Yeah, more recently.
Oh, man. You guys, we're going to get this party started, man. You guys hold tight. We got Trunkz in the building. We got some questions for him. I got some questions from the Discord. I got your questions, guys. They're right here. And some of these are funny. They're spicy, but I'm going to ask them anyways. Let's get this episode started.
It had to be the Street Fighters again. If you can't provide tighter security, then perhaps someone else needs to. Like you, Sagat. Perhaps you'd like to try to retire me right now. No, it's only that.
Spin theory.
All right, well, yo, we're back, man. We're in the building. All right, so, all right, thank you, guys. Thank you. Double the trouble. Can you guys see me? Oh, yeah, you guys can. All right, so we're talking to Doug right now. And originally, we were going to start talking about Rebel battles. That was my goal, is to watch the Rebel battles. Even though I honestly don't want to watch them, I'm going to watch them. Like, I know you guys want to watch them. I think we saw the highlight of the week in yesterday's prelims. Did you see that?
What was it?
Sky Chief.
Was it the chair thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a clip of it on Fleet Rock Story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that was like the hypest moment.
Okay.
And that was the top 16.
Damn.
So I saw the top 16s yesterday.
Okay.
And we were going to watch top 8 prelim.
All the way through? Okay.
And
I
I'm just
haven't
like,
seen any of it.
Oh, you haven't?
Nah. I haven't
Okay.
seen any of it.
I haven't seen it either.
Okay.
We were going to watch it. All right. We were going to watch it. But then I was like, wait a minute. I think we just saw the highlight of the clip. Why are we going to watch the rest? But we're still going to watch it. Shout outs Rebel. But we were just having a conversation about what were you saying? Like, if we get to talk about
Yeah.
people, the repercussions.
So I was basically saying, like, if we end up watching Red Bull battles, I felt kind of like, when we watch a battle, especially on a live stream, I guess we don't have to give our opinions about what's happening, but, say somebody blatantly crashes and, like, I call it out. I was talking about how some people might, feel some type of way about it.
Yeah.
But I don't think people should be mad at that, Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a perfect B-boy, and you could probably pull up more than half of my battles of my whole life, and I'm probably crashing in one of those battles. And if you talk about that and you say I crashed, like, well, damn, yeah, I did crash. You saw me crash, right?
So you don't take it personal.
Nah, like,
Have you ever taken it personal?
I'll take it personal if I didn't do it. You know what I mean? Like, if my round was flawless and I didn't crash, and you're saying like, oh, it was kind of whack, he crashed, I'd be like, okay, you're hating.
Okay.
Right? But if you blatantly crash or like you're repeating a lot and I mention that, like, it's okay. It happens to us.
Yeah.
We're all human, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No B-boy's perfect.
Have you? There's a question I'm not gonna ask just yet. We're gonna get warmed up before I ask this. But does it matter if the person actively breaking is like somebody you're gonna battle next week? Does it matter if it's like an old school b-boy? Like if Wicked said something, would it make a difference then?
Like, say next week I was battling and we're talking about somebody I'm gonna battle.
No, like for example, let's just say who's active right now. A b-boy that's active, Master Mace.
Okay.
All right. Let's say he says something. I like, hypothetically speaking, Mace hasn't said anything, but like somebody active like that says something about your breaking versus like Wicked that's retired. Does it make a difference?
I'll probably take more weight from the person who's in the scene because I know eventually we might end up against each other.
Okay.
Versus somebody who's like, even though you're an OG and you have respect, like I'm not gonna see you at the next event and have to go against you. So
yeah.
Maybe I look up to you and it hurts that I hear that from you, but I'm gonna be more focused on the person who's saying it about me, who I'm gonna battle. Because at the end of the day, like, that's where it's gonna be. Like, there's gonna be an energy while we battle.
Yeah.
Because you said something about me.
But the person competing would have a reason to lie.
That's true. Exactly. Like, they could do it from a sense of like, I'm gonna just say this to get him mad. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
But I don't do that. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you're doing that, like, for me, like, I love breaking. I take breaking very seriously. But at the end of the day, bro, we're spinning on our heads and we're battling. We're having a good time.
Yeah.
If you're getting to the point where you're like talking to me like that about breaking, I'm gonna look at you like you're goofy.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, from like a third perspective, it's like, bro, we're just having a good time dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get serious. There's money to be won, but like, we're all spinning on our fucking heads and dancing, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not gonna fight you about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's some people that do get mad though.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely people that do
it.
get mad. Yo, we got Trunkz in the building, y'all. Let's do a proper intro, man. Make some noise for Trunkz. Audience clapping. Thank you. No, thank him. He's nasty. He's the nastiest one, man. I'm happy that you're here. We got a breaking MIA in the building, y'all. Make some noise. And we didn't have to kidnap him. He willingly came, which is dope. Trunkz, I'm gonna before I get into my questions, because I do got some questions for you. I want to know a little bit about you. Okay. All right. So, where are you from? How old are you? And tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I'm from Miami. Was somewhat born and raised in Miami. Spent a little bit of my childhood in another part of Florida. Then came back to Miami. I started breaking when I was 10 years old. So that was 2013. I'm now 21, about to turn 22 in a few months.
Oh shit,
so
you're 21.
Yeah, so I will be by the end of this year, I'll be breaking like 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So all right, so let's rewind a little bit. You're 10 years old. Where did you see breaking? What was it?
So it's funny because everybody kind of has that story like, oh, I started breaking at school because my boys were doing it.
Yeah.
I'm like the least hip hop entrance of breaking. I like watch like Step Up. I watched like Stomp the Yard.
Yeah.
And they inspired me to start like just fucking around at home. Like, let me just do a headstand. Let me do a stab,
Yeah.
And I was pretty good at it. Like, naturally, like, I was able to balance on my head and stuff. But I had never done like, a real class, like what's top rock, what's footwork. I didn't understand the level of like difference in breaking, right? And I wasn't living in Miami. I moved back to Miami. And my mom was really into fitness at the time. She went to a fitness convention. And at this fitness convention, there's a guy named Jet from Miami, part of Future Force crew.
Okay.
And he started a school called Miami B-Boy Academy. And they had like a small stand with a banner, and they had a few people breaking.
Oh, what?
Some of the people breaking was Zek when he was like 15, a kid named Hype who's in our crew, another one named Fusion.
Okay.
So my mom saw them, went up to them, was like, "Hey, you know, my son like really likes to dance. Like, how can he start?"
So you're not breaking yet,
No, not yet.
but you're dancing.
Like messing around at
Okay.
home. Yeah, I say I started messing around when I was like 8, 9. You know,
Okay.
popping and like trying
Okay.
to pop and shit.
And that's from watching Step
Just
Up,
watching movies and
something
stuff.
art and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then when I was 10, my mom found that studio.
Okay.
And that's how I ended up meeting like Zek, Future Force, and that's when my
Zek is
breaking
Zeku.
journey- Zeku. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And that's when I started like my breaking journey.
Okay.
Yeah. But I started off as a studio kid, taking
Okay.
taking class 3 times a week.
Yeah.
1
a
hour.
lot of people is getting like that.
Yeah, bro.
You
I
know?
mean, yeah, I know, but it's
Yeah.
funny. Like I feel like a lot of people will make fun of that
Yeah.
and be like, "That's not real hip hop." You know what I mean?
It's weird because how you get into breaking is how people see you. Like,
Exactly.
if you come in from the studio, you feel a way about it. People that come in from gymnast feel a way about it.
Exactly.
People come in from flipping, like parkour.
Yeah, yeah.
Which one is the hardest? Do you ever feel like you got to break out of that and mold into the street b-boy?
I think everybody, for example, like I think people think of me as a powerhead. I don't think when I go to a jam, I don't think people are watching me because I'm top rocking good or because
Yeah.
I'm doing like crazy complex like transitions in my breaking. And I know that some people are gonna look at that and be like, "Oh, that's not real breaking," or like, he's not raw, he's not dope." And there's gonna be certain crowds of breaking that are not gonna look at me as like, you know, maybe respect me as much as they would somebody else. I think a prime example of that is Nels. I think Nels has that style. He has that rawness that is gonna cater to a specific like genre and certain type of crowd in breaking.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna cater to a different side.
Right,
and,
right,
you know,
right.
but I can respect other like styles of breaking. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I love power. I do love power. Like my favorite breakers were like Pocket, Lil G, Kill,
Yeah.
people like that.
Yeah.
But I can still respect style. Like I love other types of breakers as well. You know what I mean?
Fresh.
I'm not like, oh, that shit's whack though.
Yeah.
Nah, power is cool. Oh, you can do power, you're whack. Nah, like, so that's how I feel about it. Like people can look at me and be like, oh, he's not raw, but I do this because I love to do it.
Oh, but you're raw. You're raw.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're raw. I mean, that's why you're here. Shit. You'd be here. All right. So I'm gonna rewind. You found Zex. You found this breaking academy, and what? You started attending to it once a week, twice a week,
Yeah, so I started doing 3 times a week.
3 times a week.
Immediately.
And was it in your neighborhood? Was it in your city?
It was like, 10 minutes away from where I was living
Okay.
at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad used to take me all the time.
Okay.
And yeah, I was taking 3 classes a week and just putting in the work, bro. I love to do it. So, you know, when you go to a studio and there's like a bunch of kids who are just there because their parents put them into it?
Yeah.
I wasn't that kid.
Okay.
My parents put me in because I really wanted to be
You're
there.
gonna have to make it like, yo, you're battling next week.
Nah. Like,
right, there's a lot of parents like that.
I was asking about it, you know. Like, I would finish my hour class, and my dad would be like, "We have to go home because you have to go to sleep. You know, you have school tomorrow, blah, blah, blah." And I'd be like, "Bro, I want to stay." Because it would be open gym. So, like, all the big cats were
Oh.
coming in, starting to train hard. So, it'd be like, damn, I want to stay.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with it as soon as I started, yeah.
All right. So at some point, you do a battle, or you see a battle, and you connect dots. I'm like, oh shit, they're battling. It's 1-on-1.
Yeah.
When does that happen?
So, like, watching YouTube in battles,
Okay.
that started very early on.
You know, you were watching YouTube battles before you joined the academy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I found out about the academy, I looked them up on YouTube, then I found their crew, and then I started watching videos of their crew.
Oh.
And then from there, like, recommended BC1. I think, like, one of my very first big battles I ever watched was BC1, the 10-year anniversary, and it was Monir versus Hong Ten. It was, like, the
Oh.
world final.
Okay.
I think that was, like, I can remember that battle vividly because I used to watch it on repeat. But, yeah, that was, like, probably, like, one of the first biggest battles I watched.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And do you remember your first battle competing with the academy?
My first battle...
And did you
Yeah,
think
it was a pro-am qualifier.
Oh, okay.
That they held at the studio that I used to break at, and I did prelims and didn't make it past prelims.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's
I remember crying in the car after, my mom being like, "It's okay, it's your first one. Like, don't worry. You just have to get better and go on." Yeah. It was a cool experience, and I got to watch like the older cats battle. You know, enjoy like how the grown-ups were breaking. I got to see people cypher battle, which was intimidating for me because like growing up, I was never like confrontational or like getting into fights at school or anything like that. So when I would see people get like that in the battle, it was like, oh shit, like what's about to happen? Are they gonna fight?
Do you remember your first? Oh, have you ever had a cipher battle?
A cipher battle? One time. I've had one person call me out. I never cipher. I feel bad saying that.
Yo, we're gonna edit this out. We're gonna edit this out. We're editing this out.
My ego's taking a hit right now.
No. It's all good. It's all
Nah,
good.
I've never really like called anybody out in a
Okay.
cipher, but I had one kid call me out at Silverback one year. Yeah, I remember that.
Did I see footage? I think it was footage of you doing a power battle. It was. It might have not been in the cipher then, but it looked like a cipher.
Really?
Yeah, it was like a power battle. It was maybe Chicago. I don't know.
I don't know.
All right.
I can't remember.
Oh, it was definitely you. It's definitely you.
Yeah,
It might have just been a power battle.
Okay.
Yeah, it might have been just a power battle. So wait a minute. So you haven't called any. You know you got to do that.
I know it's part.
You
of
got to do that.
I know. I understand.
No, you gotta
it's
do
part
that.
of the culture.
And it's not your fault.
Yeah.
And I think that everybody now is just friends. So it's like, have you ever been upset at anybody? Like, man, fuck that guy. Like, anybody maybe talk shit during a
I
battle?
will say, I think any type of like animosity I've ever held against anybody in breaking has never been solely because they came after me though.
Okay.
It's always been like, oh, you don't fuck with my group.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
don't fuck with you.
Yeah. That's
know
what
what
I
I
meant.
mean?
That's what I'm. You don't have to say no names, but you felt that.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
There's definitely like you talk shit about my people. So when we battle, it's gonna be a hated battle.
Okay.
When we battle.
Have you ever had a moment in a battle to where you're like, yo, I'll see you outside. Yeah, we're running this shit again.
No.
No? Oh, I can't wait till that happens.
But you actually watched one of our battles, which was a break free battle. They did like it's called Styles Upon Styles. It was like a 6v6.
Yeah.
It was like me, Lynx, Nell, Zach, and Logistics, and we
Okay.
battled, I think, Supreme Beings, and we did the full battle, and then within that battle there was like a lot of shit talking, so they just left us battling. So we battled over what we were supposed to.
Yeah.
But like I've never done a battle and like, oh, we're gonna battle after this.
Oh man, that's a
Not
good
haven't, yeah,
feeling.
haven't.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm still trying to process that. You gotta make that happen. You
think
gotta
so?
make that happen. You have to make it happen. You just gotta call out anybody at that point.
I
You
feel
know.
like because I'm saying nobody calls me out now, people. Are
Hey yo, if you guys are watching this shit, call out Trunkz, like, and call me out too. Don't worry about it. Call both of us out. When you see me out there, you already know what time it is. Wow. Wow. Okay, so nobody's gotten you upset to the point.
But I will say, like, I don't think you can get me upset over breaking, bro. Like, unless you like touch me, you know.
Well, it's not even necessarily you being upset.
Okay.
Have you ever seen anybody that was good enough for you to be like, oh yeah, I wanna test that. I wanna come at that.
But I think it's also a sense of in myself, like, if I want to test you, is because you're capable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But there's also the side of me that's like, damn, like I don't know if I want to do it, you know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you know.
I think that's everybody.
Yeah.
But
maybe I haven't been the type of person to be able to get past that.
Yeah.
In a sense, like if I'm battling you, damn well I'm gonna come at you. But do I want to do it outside of the site or outside of the jam or outside of the battle, outside of the top 16? It's something that I think growing up I always like kept myself from doing. You know, I remember being at Silverback, for example, and one of my mentors, Dre, we were in a cipher against Leggett.
Okay.
We were in a cipher with Leggett. And this is a time when like I'm very timid, you know. I don't want to do that. I don't want to call somebody out. And he tells me, he's like, bro, call out Leggett. And I'm like, bro,
that's
are you
fresh.
sure?
Yes, fresh.
And he's like, bro, just do it. Like, who gives a fuck? Just do it. I walk around the cipher. I point at him. I do a whole ass round. I get up. He looks at me and just claps and doesn't go out. Yeah.
Damn, Leggett, you dirty. You dirty on that one, bro.
So I mean, I feel like one of the times that I actually like pushed myself to do it is like this motherfucker didn't even like come back out after me, you know what I mean?
Well, that one, I'm gonna have to give him the alley oop on that. Give him some bail because he's a different generation. So it's like I could see him like only trying to battle somebody that's in his generation.
Yeah.
You know, so like you got to call out somebody your age. Like you got to smoke a kid your age.
Exactly.
It'll bring out a different animal in you.
It's
you know?
true.
One time, shout out to Casper. Casper made me. So one of my inspirations was T-Rock.
Okay.
All right, he's a footwork guy from Rocksteady back in the days, and he was my inspiration, bro. Like I thought he was nasty, and you know I haven't called nobody out at this point. And Casper's like, you gotta call out T-Rock, and I'm like, come on, I look up to that fool, but I called him out, bro, and I got smoked. And I say that to say that you gotta call out pockets.
Type. Yeah.
You gotta call out pockets. Whoever inspired you, you gotta call them out.
Yeah.
And be like, yo, fuck it, yo, you know, it is what it is, and just get smoked.
I think it was really that. It's true. Just accepting getting smoked, bro. I think it's something that growing up and just out of that, like, I don't want to be humiliated.
Yeah.
It's just something you got to get over. And it's something that I didn't do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If I was battling, though, and I had to battle somebody that I knew was better than me, I would tell myself, like, okay, I don't care if he's better than me. Like, I'm going to just throw my last round.
Yeah.
I'm going to battle him like I'm in the finals.
Yeah.
But it was scary for me to do that if it's not like, oh, you have to battle him. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Making
yeah.
a decision yourself, like, I'm going to put myself in the fire.
Yeah, I got pushed into it. And you win some and you lose some.
Of course.
Ciphers are just ciphers, and
It's part of it. Like, as a breaker, you have to be willing to lose.
Yeah. All right. I like this. We haven't even gotten into our questions, y'all. We're already 20 minutes in, so we're gonna start going through these. All right. We're gonna save this one. History, family. Yo, what was your family like? How's your family? You have any siblings?
Yeah, I have an older brother.
Okay.
I have a younger half sister.
Okay. Do they dance?
No. Neither.
Okay. Any arts?
My brother used to play the guitar.
Okay,
But
okay.
not like now. He doesn't really do it.
Okay. And
Yeah.
your parents, are they musicians or anything?
No.
Okay.
My mom was never really into any arts from what I know. She didn't play any instruments. My dad said when he was younger he used to dance. Like there was like a little like small group in his neighborhood at the time that would like quote unquote break. But you know a lot of people say they used
Everybody
to break.
used to break.
So but they used to do like little shit, you know what I
Okay.
mean? So but it wasn't like I never started because my parents are doing it. But I will say my mom was very much into different kinds of music. So growing up, I always liked to listen to a lot of music. Like,
Where's
I
your
was
family
always
from?
Inclined Venezuela.
Oh, you're Venezuelan.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Shout out Lil G. That's why Lil G was.
Oh, shout out to Lil G.
Yeah,
yo.
that's why Lil G was like one of my first favorite b-boys. Yeah.
Really? You gotta call out Lil G. Oh my goodness! There you go.
Nah, I gotta call out like Alvin now, right?
Oh yeah.
call out, like,
You gotta call out Alvin and then Lil G. Yeah, right. You gotta go the other way. All right. Okay, so your dad, your mom, Lil G, Venezuelan. So you grew up with a lot of Spanish music.
Exactly, Spanish music, but like my mom was into listening to like Frank Sinatra.
Okay.
Like Sting,
Okay.
Beatles, like. I like music of now, but I also have a taste for like other music, like jazzy music and stuff. I feel like I have an open ear. I'm open-minded to music. Yeah. More recently, like I was telling you, like I like to rave. I like house music. I like techno music. Like I just like all kinds of music.
I love Deep House. I don't know if you know Deep House.
No, I don't know what Deep House
Man.
is. But you gotta put me on.
Yo, if you were around in the 90s, bro, we were killing it at Deep House. I used to break at at raves.
Okay.
In the Deep House rooms.
Deep House rooms.
Yeah, Deep House is like, it's just like hard house, but it's just
hardstyle.
Yeah.
Okay. I like hardstyle.
So yeah, that shit gets me pumped
I work
up.
out the hardstyle.
Oh, see?
Yeah, yeah.
See? That shit,
That shit's like
like tick, 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 tick,
exactly.
like,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it gives people headaches. But shout out DJ Irene, yo. Come in closer a little bit, just so you're more in frame. Yeah, I'll get away, man, because get too close and shit. History, family value. Oh, what are your values? Like, growing up? What was the values that were instilled in you? Like I'm giving you for example. For me, was not to steal. Like when I was a kid.
Okay.
Shit like that.
I think growing up, it was just mainly like to be humble, respect people's privacy. In a sense, just like generally being a good person. And I feel like it's crazy that you ask me that because I feel like now in the age that I'm at, I'm kind of at a point where I tell myself like, maybe I was too humble growing up. Maybe not too humble, but just not confident enough to be fully me because I felt like other people might get mad or like feel some type of way about it. So I definitely think I came up like being very much like, be calm, don't get into issues, avoid the drama, just do what you have to do kind of mindset.
Yeah, I totally understand. And I could kind of like maybe give you some insight of where that comes from.
Okay.
Because your mom came from Venezuela. Your dad came from Venezuela.
Exactly.
All right, my parents are immigrants. And growing up, we were taught to like chill. Don't be so loud. Like you're out in public.
Exactly.
Sometimes don't even like you feel even weird speaking Spanish and being loud in public. And it's like because you're living two different worlds.
Exactly.
Like you're at home with one culture and you go outside into the world and there's a different culture. But something that I've learned like as I'm older is like I keep it 100 in both ways. So, be yourself.
Exactly.
Be yourself and
it's something that I've been like slowly like opening myself up more to and just being like, if somebody doesn't like me, bro, or like if me being me really irks you that much, like I don't know what to tell you. Like I'm not gonna hinder my life.
Yeah.
Because you don't like it.
True.
Know? But it's hard because it's like that was my life for a long time. So it's like programming your brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. I got some questions about you moving to Vegas. We'll touch it. So you're in Vegas now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Based in Vegas.
Well, how long have you been out here?
Since July.
Since July.
2024.
Do you like it?
I love it.
All right. What are you doing out here?
I don't know if I'm like really allowed to fully say.
All right.
what
Don't
I'm
fully
doing out
say it.
here,
Don't
but
fully say it.
I'm just working in a show out here.
Okay.
in
Cool.
Vegas, yeah.
Cool. What are the differences in living in Vegas and in Miami?
The biggest differences are pricing. You know, living in Miami is just expensive.
Yeah.
Whether you're renting out a place to stay or renting out a business space, like it's always gonna be way higher over there. It's more populated over there, and I think life is just a lot faster. You're kind of just like working to survive. You don't get to really live your life, I guess you could say. I think here it's a lot more chill, but it's similar to Miami in the sense like you have the strip, you have the clubs, you have the events, so it can get crazy and wild. But then you have like the more like residential areas, it's more calm, and there's not a lot of traffic here, at least for me.
Yeah.
Compared to how it was in Miami. So I think here it just gives like it's like a breath of fresh air. Like I can be calm here. Like I don't have to be rushing throughout my day. I can get everything done, you know.
Yeah.
More
Okay.
peaceful in a sense.
Okay. Yeah. I get it. I'm from LA and I've been here 10 years. That's one of the reasons I'm still here.
Mhm.
It's just slower, you know.
Exactly.
All right. We don't want to hurt nobody's feelings out there, y'all. We're getting through the history part out the way because time's running out. So, top 3 B-boys.
My top.
Yeah, your top 3 B-boys. And they have to be active. I don't want the easy
Okay.
Tupac, Biggie came out, whatever.
I got you.
New guys.
I say like one of my number ones, even though he's not as, I feel like maybe he's not as strong as he was before. Alkalil,
Alcolil.
yeah.
Okay. I can expect that.
Alkalil. Ooh, this is hard.
Top 3. Guys that you might
Okay. I'd say Kill.
kill. Okay. Korean guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gambler's Crew.
Yeah.
And then my third. Shigekix.
Okay. Yeah, Shigeki is
If
a
we're
good
talking
choice.
about like new age, yeah.
Yeah.
Shigekix,
Okay. This one's gonna be easier. Top 3 B girls.
India.
Ooh, okay. We can have an argument on that one, but we're gonna let it go.
Yeah?
Give me another one. Give me 2 more.
India.
Shout outs to B girl India, yo. She's nasty.
Nika.
Nika. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay.
And who's third, bro? That's a hard one. I feel like I haven't been watching more recently of what's been going on with the big girls.
Are you even watching battles right now? Like currently, are you staying up to game or?
This era of my life right now is kind of just focusing on myself. I'm not really in the battle scene. Not really paying attention to too much of what's going on in the culture. If I'm being completely honest, I kind of wanted to take a step back and kind of revisit of like exactly what it is I want to pursue and what I want to do. But I'll throw let's say Kate. I'll say Kate as a
okay.
third. Yeah.
Okay. Kate's good. MZK in the building, y'all. Shout outs. Give me one B girl that can smoke you.
B girl that can smoke me?
Yeah, one B girl that can smoke you.
Honestly, I think there's multiple that could do
Okay,
it, you know?
give me a name.
Let's say India.
Ooh, okay.
India.
Okay. Nika probably smoke me.
Nika?
Yo, for sure. Actually, all the B
Honestly,
girls can
out of
smoke
the-
me. What am I
out-
talking
Out
about?
of the 3 that I said, I think they have the ability to do it. Do I think they're gonna smoke me
Ooh.
every time they battle me? I don't think.
Oh,
that.
yo, Kate. Yo, you gotta get this guy, Kate. You gotta get this guy. You can't let this guy talk crazy.
I have to hold at least that. You know. What
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
gonna get
yeah,
smoked
yeah.
Every time they battle me. But
Or Mims. I don't know if you know Mims.
Mims.
She a little bit old schooler, but yeah, Mims will take us out, bro.
Yeah?
Or Narumi.
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 Okay,
She's a little bit old school. She a throwback Thursday. Okay.
Throwback
Okay.
Thursday's
My
crazy.
my next question is from the Discord, y'all. Shout outs to you guys. I heard that you're only down with Monster because the girls are cuter than the Red Bull girls. Is that true?
No.
Okay. Yo, I had to ask, bro. I don't think Red Bull even got girls, so shout outs to
don't
Red
have-
Bull. Olympics.
What about it?
What did you think about them? Did you watch them?
I did watch him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Were
yeah.
you rooting
I
for
paid
anybody?
I paid for Peacock TV just to watch it.
Us too. Shout out. Did you cancel it?
Hell yeah.
Okay,
of
okay,
course.
okay. I don't think I have.
I think it was cool to watch. But I kind of feel bad that everybody made it seem like it was gonna be a big change,
Yeah.
and a big difference to like breaking as a whole. And while I think it brought a lot of eyes, I'm not gonna get into the whole ray gun bullshit. You know?
Yo, shout out to Raygun, the dopest
yeah.
B girl, man. Let's make some noise.
But I
for
just
her.
don't really care about the whole name of it. It's not. I'm not mad about the Olympics because of the whole ray gun thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's more just everybody was kind of making it. Everybody was making it seem like, oh, this is gonna be the big change, and everything's gonna change after this. And it's
Yeah.
like realistically, there's gonna be a lot more. Don't promise it if that's not what's gonna happen. You know.
Right, right.
It's gonna
right.
change some lives, but don't say it's gonna change breaking.
Probably gonna change like 10 lives.
You know, it's gonna change the tip of the top, the
Yeah,
creme of the
yeah,
crop.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. And that's a good thing too in the long run.
Yeah,
You
but I
know,
think that's with
but-
everything.
yeah.
In sports, it's like
Yeah.
not everybody's in the NBA. Not everybody is it LeBron.
Yeah, true,
Yeah,
true,
so.
true, true. Watching footage, let's pause on that one. We already talked about beefs. You haven't had no beefs, right? Any beefs?
Nah, not like
Nah.
super serious. Nah.
You need to get into some beefs. Yo, shout outs to Doug. Yo, can we get him into some beefs with somebody? Please, man. What if there's an active B-boy that was your age that did power and was like, man, Trunkz is trash, bro. Like,
I'd say if somebody's actively talking bad about me,
you're going to get it in.
yeah,
Okay, you call him out. You When you see him, it's like you point at him. It's like, yo,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yo, Leggett, round 2, bro. Be careful. He gonna come after you, Leggett. I'm trying to get through these, y'all, because we're running out of time. I think we're all right, though. Thanks.
You're
Oh,
good. I'm not on a time constraint.
What do you hate about jams? When you go to a jam, what is one thing that you hate?
I think I hate what everybody hates. That it's taking long.
Taking long.
Like if I do prelims and there's 5 hours between me doing the top 16, bro. Like what I'm doing is physically exerting and hard on my body. I don't want to warm up every 15 minutes just to do one battle.
yeah.
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? And plus, once you're in a groove, yeah, you can re-warm up, but you might not be in that same like energy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So you don't. All right. So let's say you do a battle.
I do like breaks. Don't get me wrong. Like
Okay, I was just about to ask.
Semi-final in between a final, yeah, give me some time to breathe.
But before that, run them shits back.
Yeah, I think if you do a full top 16, okay, if you guys want to do a 5-minute, 10-minute intermission, that's the most though, you know. And then top 8, and
And
so
just
on.
get it.
You know, and so on exactly. But I understand people wanting to make their event last longer so that it's appealing to not just the competitors. So
All right. Let me ask you another question. Let's say I've done events.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say I do an event and I charge $20, and it's a 6-hour event. So now you're sitting there waiting for 6 hours for this shit to be over.
Okay.
Would you care about those $20 if it was the same event for $20, but it only lasted 2 hours?
depends on how are you advertising the event.
It doesn't matter. It's a
Doesn't
battle.
matter.
I got $1,000 for the winners. But it's only a 2-hour event. You're still paying $20 though. Do you value those extra 4 of just waiting around and just get out?
If I'm competing, I'm probably just I'm just there to do the battle.
You're
I don't even care about how long the jam goes on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. When you go to jams, and this is something that I talk about with a bunch of old guys. I'm 43. So I think about this all the time. It's like people go to jams for different reasons. And I think that when I was growing up, battles weren't a thing. So we didn't go to jams for battles. Would you go to a jam if there wasn't a battle?
Like just in a cypher event?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've done it before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where you just go and vibe out and chill.
Yeah.
Do you value like going to events and just hanging out with other b-boys?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I will say, like growing up, because of the group that I'm a part of, it's maybe something that not all of us do, and we always like to stick together.
Oh yeah.
So
I
maybe
see.
at jams, people will say like, "Oh, but Doug, I don't really see you walking around and mingling," and it's like, "Yeah, because I'm gonna cater to my people first."
Yeah, because y'all about to get smoked, so you just relax.
Yeah. But I will say like now, since I'm not as active and I'm not battling and I'm not like in that same mindset that I was before. Yeah, when I go to jams, and I feel like even when I'm seeing b-boys now, they notice like a certain different energy from me. That's very much more like, "Yo, what's up, bro?"
Yeah.
Connecting with people that I didn't connect with before. Not
Yeah.
because I didn't like them, but it was just a different mindset at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're getting older. As you're
Exactly.
getting older, you develop relationships and shit. Okay. And I do understand that when you go to a jam, you're like, you don't want to talk to nobody. You're with your crew
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
But I feel like to a degree, you have to grow out of that.
I mean,
know.
yeah, you do have to grow out of that. But
Maybe like while you're like during like the frame of the top 16 and the finals, like yeah, don't expect me to come up to you and talk to you if I'm like about to battle you, because I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah,
We're
no,
about
you
to
don't wanna
battle.
talk to-
I don't want to joke around with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, no, no.
I
no.
want to keep the fact that there's a chance I'm gonna go up against you. So like right now,
Don't talk to me.
but after the battle, yeah, what's up, bro? You want to go eat? If you don't want to eat with me because
You got smoked.
maybe I beat you, I get it.
Yeah.
But-
Okay. Do you think that there's different roles that you play as your journey continues? Like, so for example, you know, if you're actively competing, that's like usually when somebody's young.
Mhm.
You know, they're like under 30 is when they're like people are like the most active, and maybe during those years you're less community, and maybe your role changes as you get older.
I
Maybe,
think most definitely, and I think it just comes down to like the personality of the person, you know.
True.
I'd say for me, like one of the reasons that I think I'm gonna step away from, not completely, you know, but just for the time being, not being as active as I was before, is because I'm realizing that, especially not being being around Nels and Zek, and like the people have been around my whole life. Have I been doing it because I want to, or have I been doing it because everybody around me is doing it, so it's easy to do it as a team?
Yeah.
You know. And even growing up, like I said, like I've never been confrontational. I've never been super competitive. When I go to a jam, I want people to know I'm nasty. You know what I mean? I want people to respect me. I want people to think, damn, Doug is dope. You know, Trunkz is dope.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. But do I genuinely care about being number one? Do I really care about winning the jam every time I go? That's a question I have to, like, that's a question I've had to ask myself. Like, do I really care about getting a gold medal or winning? Maybe, you know. Maybe
Yeah.
I do want to win an IBE.
Do you? All right. So let me
But
ask you.
does it matter that much to me compared to the other people who are doing it?
I guess it depends. It might
Right,
mean,
right.
you know, it might mean different things to different people at different times, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Breaking. How do you see breaking? Is breaking something that you have to do? It's like, would you say, oh, back at home it's easier because there's a crew and it's easier to do it. So it's almost like there's an obligation. Like, yo, we're gonna practice Thursday. So like you go and you're there.
Exactly, because you
And-
have that team,
Yeah.
that bond.
Now, do you feel like you're in Vegas? You don't really have a crew out here like that. Yeah. Do you still feel the need to go practice?
Yeah, I mean, right now, since I've been going through an injury and stuff, I've stayed away from practicing just so it didn't get in the way of like my job opportunity.
Okay.
But I think at the end of the day, like, no, going to practice every single day is easy.
Okay. So you love breaking. You're just
Yeah.
not in love with the act of competing.
Exactly. Like, I had to ask myself, am I in love with competition?
Okay.
Do I do this because I want to be the number one at it? Do I do this because I want to be a champion at it? Or do I do this because I just love to do it, you know?
Yeah.
When I started breaking, I didn't do it because I wanted to win BC1.
No, I don't think no.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
maybe-
a lot of people get into it.
Now, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Now, yeah.
But I started doing it because I just love to do it. And I got good at it because I loved it,
Right.
not because I wanted to. Yes, a part of you is going to get extra motivation because you want to win. But that flame only lasts so long,
Yeah.
depending on the person, you know?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of myself. I'm like, I still practice, you know, and I'm thinking like, why do I do that? You know, like what? And you know what it is? I don't know what it is. It's just I don't know what else to do
Right.
for me.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
I don't know what else to do but break.
No, and I feel
And
you on that because I've been through multiple injuries.
Let's talk about your
And-
injuries. Let's
got you.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So when I was like 13, I was in the 8th grade. Yeah, I was 13. It's a funny story. I was training in the morning, maybe like 11 a.m., 12 p.m., basically noon. And I was training air flares. And it was the first time I'd ever hit 7 in a row. I did 7. Before that, I could maybe do 2. But the second one, like my foot was touching the ground by the time I was hitting it. But I hit 7 and I was like, oh my God, I hit 7 air flares. Like I finally can do a continuous air flares. And I go to drink water from the water fountain and I come back and Nels is like, yo, go for 10. And I'm thinking like, fuck it. I just did 7. Hell yeah, I could do 10. Not even on, I literally set up to go do it. I throw the first one. As soon as I catch on my left arm, I hear my elbow just snap. It wasn't like popped out or anything crazy, but I heard it snap. I fell down and I was like, whoa, did I just break something? Because the first time I had never broken anything.
Damn.
And I'd fractured my elbow.
Ooh.
Yeah. That was like a 3-month recovery, but super easy. 3 months I was doing air flare again and back to it like nothing happened. And then I had a wrist injury This is what jam was that? It was a 3-on-3 Philly Open.
Okay.
Me and Zek were prepping a routine, and we were doing Wilmo air flare. And again, we were doing it again and again and again to get it perfect. And at the time, I was practicing a set that was windmill air flare. This was my personal set, and I was doing it with a one-arm pickup. And because I was doing that on my own time, when we were training it, rather than doing just a regular like two-hand pickup, I kept doing one arm from just like instinct.
Yeah, yeah.
And from that day, I started to feel a certain pain. I kept battling. It got better. I did like a cortisone shot. After that cortisone shot, like 3 months later, it was back to normal. Like I could only put my hand down like this. So I ended up going through like a whole process, bro. I think 2022, that whole year, I didn't battle. I didn't battle because I had to go. The doctors in Miami are slow. Visits are slow. Getting MRIs is slow. Getting x-rays is slow. So that whole year just was like I was out. And then finally in August, I was able to get my surgery.
Wow.
Yeah. And then most recently, 2023, at the end of the year, I went to go train with my friends. And we were in a gym. You know, like the gym rooms that have like the mirrors and like wood floor. Well, inside of that room, they have like a small hallway that's blocked off by a gate after a specific time. And behind that gate is how you connect to the Bluetooth speakers in the studio. So one time before, Lynx, shout out to Lynx, he jumped over this gate without putting his hands on it. Like just ran and cleared it, right? He's not there with me. I'm with another friend. And I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it. I'll just run and jump over it, right? I know people are going to be like, dog, you're short. Like, how are you going to jump over a gate? But my ups, I had confidence in my vertical, bro.
Yeah,
so I go and I try to jump over it. My feet clip hard as fuck onto the gate.
Oh.
So I'm falling and my knees are going down. I'm falling forward. And there's a stack of chairs on the other side. And I reach out to it and I kind of place like my forearm on it. So all the pressure is like my legs are behind me. My arm is in front of me, and I'm falling down like this, like, right? And I just felt my arm go like, it just felt like somebody like ripped my shoulder, like.
Oh man.
And when I fell to the ground, I felt like I needed to pass out. I was like, oh shit, like, what the fuck?
So that's the injury you got now.
This is the first injury I have that's not breaking.
Yo,
Yeah.
come on, man.
Yeah, and so literally last month, it's March though, yeah. Last month, February 21st, I got shoulder surgery.
Wow.
Yeah, I had like 2 tears in my labrum. Yeah.
Do you think that's gonna affect your practice?
I
Your
don't know.
No. You young.
Oh yeah.
You're young.
We're gonna get back to it.
Yo, that's crazy. I didn't realize you were that young. I thought you were maybe like 25, 26.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's wild. That's why, and to like almost hear you talk like you're gonna retire, you need to stop.
Nah, but no, when I say like I'm a step away, it's like, no, I just want to get into like industry side, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I went on tour with an artist in 2023, and it just kind of like made me realize like, damn, bro. And I say it's different because I've been through my injuries and I've had moments where like I couldn't make money from breaking. And if you never had a breaking injury and you make money off of breaking, bro, you're blessed because you've never been in a position where you can't make money. You've never felt like not yourself. That shit will make you go kind of crazy in the sense of like, who am I without breaking? You feel worthless without it because it's your body.
Yeah.
You realize like, damn, it's my, like just this little small thing
We'll just stop it.
makes me everything in my life. And
Yeah.
it's my identity.
Yeah.
Been doing it since I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I don't have other skills. Like I feel like I'm a smart kid, but I didn't go to college. I didn't study anything. You know, if you give me a task though and I gotta learn how to do it, believe me, I'll learn how to do it. I've done it before. But
Yeah.
when it comes down to like, no, I don't have a degree. I can't just go up. Like I have to go, and I'm not gonna clock in. I don't want to clock in.
Yeah.
So this is what I do,
Right.
and it's super hard on you, bro. I think 2022 was like really depressing to a degree. You know, I don't want to say I was super depressed. Like there's people who are genuinely depressed about real things in life, but it was hard for me. And
Yeah.
same thing this whole year. I was able to work through my injury, but I wasn't able to push myself past what I know I can do.
Right.
It's kind of just a year of like, I just got to get by until I can really get back to it. You know, I can't grow.
Yeah. And you know what? There's another side to that coin too. Is like when you go into industry work and you're doing that for a long time, you end up getting stuck also because you can't. You're doing the same combos for the show, and
Exactly.
you know, trying to break out of your habits is difficult when you're performing. But yeah, man, that's crazy. So you've had 3 big injuries.
Yeah.
Are you the type of person that gets injured easily, or like you're like pretty good?
You know, it's funny. Like the other day, I was talking with somebody, and they're like, "Do you feel like you're injury prone?" And I don't think so, because I
It
mean,
doesn't
like,
sound like it.
no, like
No.
I just had accidents.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know why my elbow decided to fracture one day when I was doing air flares. It's just a weird accident.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people, if there's kids watching this, like, don't worry, train your air flare. You're not gonna break your elbow.
Yeah.
But you know, stuff happens. You know, people go through. Bowsy had an ACL surgery. Lynx had an ACL surgery.
Yeah.
You know, it happens to people.
Yeah.
You
it
just get
does.
unlucky.
Yeah. I had an injury once, and this was like in maybe 2001. And I used to be a power head. I used to do power. And I was doing a 90 on the street. We're street performing, and I fell down, bro, and I messed up my arm really bad. I ended up not getting surgery, but that kind of like held me back from like even trying to go do 90s again. Like that kind of paralyzed me.
Yeah.
So hopefully that doesn't happen. It doesn't sound like you were hurt by breaking.
No, like
Okay.
I'm very confident in the sense of like I want to get back to where I was. You know,
Okay.
I don't feel like my skill level dropped down that much, but definitely like when you go training, you're gonna go off. You're not thinking about holding back. I'm gonna throw that combo with 100% effort and
Right.
all the strength that I have in my body, right? But when you're going through an injury and you can still break, you're doing everything cautiously. And because
Yeah.
you're doing everything cautiously, you're not cagging the things you used to cag.
Mm.
You know, that cagging effect thing that, like, I just hit this because, I don't know, I felt hype doing it. You're not going to do that because you know that if you try to go for that, there's a possibility that you're going to worsen your injury.
Yeah.
And put yourself out for real.
Damn. Okay. Let me get to some of these questions, y'all. All right, this is not a good one. This is not a good one either, y'all. Okay, what's one of your most favorite battles that you've done? Like one of the favorite moments.
My favorite round that I've ever done was a power move battle. It was a jam in Orlando. It was me versus Jay Killa.
Okay,
And
I think that's the one I saw with Jay Killa.
think so,
Yeah, that's it.
And yeah, it was like a wood floor.
Yes.
It was kind of dark.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was a cipher.
That was probably like my cleanest, nastiest. At least my first round was like, I just think like, damn,
Yo, I
like,
gotta
if I
watch
threw
that
that
shit
against anybody, I feel like they'd have a hard time responding to it.
All right, so what was it called? What was that?
It's just put Doug versus Jay Killa.
Doug versus Jay Killa. No, I do remember this. Oh, was it this one though? Are you guys, can everybody see what we're seeing? What I'm seeing? All right, there you go. That's it. Okay, so that was one of your favorite battles.
Yeah.
All right, so when did this go down? This went down 4 years ago. What can you tell me about this? Where were you? I see your whole crew's back there with you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you end up winning?
Yeah.
Okay.
So how it worked was that power move like thing. We did like a cipher, and everybody was just going out and doing power.
Okay. Oh,
And then they picked the top 2 people who were in that cipher, and they made the battle, and it was me and Jay Killa.
oh.
Yeah.
And this is the one that I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw your round and I was just like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, that was like the nastiest I seen, you know?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I started tripping.
Yeah.
And it looked like a cipher battle. So
That was definitely like, at least as solo, like by myself, like not in crew.
yeah.
Definitely my favorite moment.
Yo, Zenny, what's good? I see you in the chat, Zenny. I appreciate you for being here, man. If you want to come up, I could put the link out in the chats. If you want to come talk to Trunkz, if you guys want to ask him any questions yourself, I'm gonna put the link out here, and you guys let me know which b-boy does Trunkz want to battle the most. All right, is there any b-boy that you want to battle?
What b-boy do I want to battle the most? You know, I haven't given that a lot of thought, but honestly, I just want to battle people who are at the top right now. You know,
Okay,
people who I'd be scared to battle. You know, like
Okay,
Phil
yeah.
Wizard, the fucking Shigeki.
Pocket. Let's get Pockets.
Yeah,
Yo, Leggett.
you know.
Yo, you gotta get back at Leggett, man. Leggtt's tripping.
Does he even break anymore?
Yo, that's what I'm saying. He's an older guy, bro. Like, you have to smoke one of his kiddos.
Nah, I'm joking.
Noel Trunkz, that dude, salute, man. All right, so let me go back to my questions, y'all. Let me get back into my questions, man, because I got shit I got to ask. All right. If you guys are watching this right now, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It is easy and it is free. One day I'm going to charge you guys, but it's free. All right. Worst battle. Your
My
worst
worst
battle? Yeah. A bad one where you're like,
Yeah.
dude, I should
There has to be one, but I probably like erased it from my memory because
Okay.
I don't want to think about it.
Okay.
But honestly, when I watch a lot of my battles on YouTube, I'm like, what was I doing?
Yeah.
I should have killed it harder. Like,
Okay.
I did my little slip up there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
What is a b-boy?
What is a b-boy?
Yeah. What's a b-boy?
I hate these questions because they're like so. A b-boy. I feel like there's people who are gonna feel like there's a right answer to this question.
There isn't. There isn't a right
But
answer.
to me, honestly, I think it's just somebody who's in love with breaking. You know, somebody who loves the craft, loves to do it. You know,
Ooh,
just is obsessed with it. You know.
that's fresh. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Okay. These are multiple choice. I'm gonna save this one actually. I'm gonna save these right here. These are multiple choice. This is multiple choice. Oh, we're gonna get rid of that one. I know who asked this one, bro. We're not gonna do that. Okay. Do you have a favorite cereal?
Favorite cereal?
Yeah.
It's Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Ooh, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Okay, yo, let me know in the comments down below your favorite cereal, bro. Mine is Lucky Charms. Let's get it.
You know what's crazy? I was gonna say it's in between those two.
Okay. Those bad cereals. Do you have a favorite soda?
Favorite soda? Root beer.
Root beer. Yo, shout outs to you. Yo, shout outs to this guy. If you were to have dinner and it was your last dinner, your only choice, what choice would you have? What would you have for dinner?
The biggest steak I could have.
Damn. Okay.
Biggest steak.
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? I don't have a favorite movie.
Ooh.
Too many films. Like nah.
Okay. This was
Can't have a
there was a
favorite,
B girl asking. I think she want to take you on a date. You're gonna have to hit him up on a DM, yo. You're gonna have to hit him up on a DM. Is there any color that you won't dye your hair in?
That's a funny one, bro. Any color I wouldn't do. Probably like. I mean, I like bleached my hair and it was kind of yellow, but not like yellow.
Yellow.
But I don't think I would ever go yellow.
Okay, everybody would say that. I think I would.
Maybe
say that
not
too.
green. I don't think green would like. I don't think I could rock green.
No, leprechaun shit. You can't do that. Nah.
Right? Yeah.
We can't do that. We can't do that. Yeah. We can't have
That's
sideburns.
fuck
That's a
that.
tough one. I'm kind of growing sideburns right here. All right. World. We kind of talked on to it, but the world tour that you went on.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like for you? Did you enjoy it? Do you miss it?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it was a learning experience, but bro, honestly, one of the best years of my life.
Dope.
And I think it's because all of my life has been very much focused and like training regiment. And I think this was like the first time I ever like didn't do that. I like partied a lot.
Nice.
I did what I had to do. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I went on stage every single day.
But you're 21.
I
How'd you
prefer-
party?
What do you mean? How did I?
Well,
Well,
you were
no,
21 already?
I was 19, turning 20.
Oh shit. Okay, let's
Yeah.
go.
But I think I just like kind of like went all out because I had
Yeah.
never really did it before.
Yeah.
But bros, I got to travel, be around people who are amazing at what they do, and just experience things I never got to experience. Around people who I genuinely got along with. It wasn't just a group of dancers that we had to work with. It's people that I felt like I genuinely fucked with.
Dope.
So it felt like a little family.
Dope.
And I do miss it.
Dope.
Yeah.
Fresh, man. Shout out to you, man. I'm happy for you, bro. I'm happy for you. That's a good experience. You ate good food.
Hell yeah.
Okay, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. It's all about the food, bro. When you get older, it's all about eating good, sleeping good.
You know what I regret? Because I heard of somebody doing this. They were part of like the production team,
Yeah.
getting a tattoo in every country that we went to.
Do you have any tattoos?
I have one.
Okay, okay.
One. It was like small, and then I added to it. I added to it in Mexico while I was on tour.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right here on my shoulder.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. If you had okay. So when you battle people, you strategize, right? If the guy doesn't have something, you're gonna expose him and do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna name out 3 B-boys, and you're gonna have to give me your strategy on how you would take them out. All right.
Okay.
If you need to alley-oop, just ask me, bro. I can tell you how to smoke these guys. All right. The first one, Victor. You gotta battle Victor. How do you battle him, and what do you strategize?
I'd say Vic. Okay, I don't know who else is on the list, but I feel like Vic is the hardest. I don't know who else is on the list, but I'm gonna say for now he's the hardest one because he has basically everything that you want to have in breaking.
Yeah, he does.
And even though I feel like maybe I have like a stronger level of power than him, like I'd say I could do more air flares and I could do more transitions than him, he does have variety in it, and he has certain ones that only he does,
Right.
which adds the sauce, you know what I mean? Like if
Yeah.
I go out there and I do a combo that you've seen somebody else do, and then he goes out there and does a combo that's good, he hits it clean, and it's his moves too, judges probably gonna
Yeah.
go for that. But for him, I'm gonna try to go off in my power because I know that I have that a little bit over him. And then, but for him, it's like you just gotta bring it all, bro. You gotta top rock, you gotta do your footwork, you gotta do your transitions, you gotta be music, like you have musicality. With him, there's not like no, you just gotta bring everything to him.
Okay.
That's the strategy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you mine. If I had to battle Victor, I would do it in front of no cameras, because I might get smoked. All right. All right. You got to battle Zeku. How do you take out Zeku?
Same shit, bro. Because
Okay.
they're the same story.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like they
okay.
got everything. So
Okay.
with them, you gotta bring out something you never brought out.
With Zeku, Zeku, if you ever call me out, bro, I'm not gonna come out. I'm just gonna wait until you're somewhere where there's no space. I'm gonna call him out like in a cipher at a club, so he can't do all his shit. Be like, yo, you're stuck, bro. You can't do anything here. You gotta battle Diaz.
Diaz?
Yeah, how do you battle Diaz?
Yeah, there I'm definitely just gonna do the shit that he doesn't do.
Yeah.
But that's a hard battle, bro.
Yeah, Diaz is tough
He's
right
a hard
now.
ass battle because he doesn't need to do what you're doing.
Have you been watching him recently?
I've seen like some of his stuff when he was doing I think Flores Flava and stuff. Like now, like 2025, like recently, no, but like early 2024,
Okay.
most definitely. Like, bro, I know he's known for doing like hella long ass rounds, and I will say, in my opinion, there's sometimes where he overdoes it.
Yeah, true.
But there's some times
True,
where that
true.
shit works good as fuck,
Yeah.
and he's just raw as fuck, bro.
No, yeah, he's right. And I used to say that too. I'm like, yo, my boy's taking too long.
Yeah.
But this year, especially, he did a 7 to smoke. You got to watch it a month ago. Bro, he smoked everybody.
You know-
Sorry, Gravity. I'm sorry. Hey, your boy Nels too. Nels, I'm so sorry, yo.
What jam
oh
was
my
this?
God. It was a 7 to smoke. It was like 3 weeks ago, man. Yo, he
Okay.
took you guys out,
Is it
bro. I'm sorry.
in the Philippines? Was it an
Yeah.
event in the Philippines?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't
Taiwan
watched
or
it
some
though.
shit.
Okay, I gotta watch
Sorry,
that.
guys. Sorry. Yo, Diaz. All right. I ain't gonna ask that shit, bro. Does Monster pay you in Monster cans?
I'm not part of Monster anymore.
All right. What kind of therapy do you do when you get hurt? No, we don't need to go through that. Okay. What is the hardest move for you to pull off? Like the hardest combo?
I'd say any combo that I'm throwing at an event is not hard for me to throw. If I'm throwing it, it's because I have it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna throw something I don't have.
And so out of the ones that you do have, which one's the hardest one to do? Is
Probably
like take
in
energy.
in that Jake Killa battle. I don't do it anymore, but I was doing a one-hand windmill. Like I was doing windmill, one-hand pickup to air flare. And when I was throwing the air flare, I wasn't catching it. I was landing on this elbow, my left elbow,
Ooh.
and then catching to do a elbow flare. So windmill, one-hand throw, elbow flare.
Damn. Okay. We're done with this one. All right. This is a multiple choice.
Okay.
I got a few of them over here. Multiple choice. Cereal versus pancakes.
Pancakes.
Okay. Burger versus pizza.
Wait, say it again.
Burgers versus pizza.
Pizza.
Ooh, okay. Windmill versus six step.
Damn, that's a hard one.
Come on, bro. Windmill. Come on.
No, it's a hard one because I'm not gonna lie. Like I kind of look at windmills kind of boring now.
Yeah.
Windmills are really boring, bro. To me,
Yeah. Okay, but they're more impressive.
they're cooler to pull off, but I feel like I could do a lot more with just with a six step,
No, true. You have variations.
right?
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
but varying a windmill, like I feel like you're not. I feel like when you're doing like babies, it's completely different.
Oh, you got nutcrackers,
Yeah, you know-
handcuffs,
yeah.
pyramids, all that shit. Okay. Oh, a car versus a truck.
Car, because I don't think of driving a truck.
No,
Yeah.
you don't need to
Not a
transport
truck
anything.
guy.
Freestyle session versus the Olympics.
Freestyle session.
Have you ever won a freestyle session?
No, got close, but no.
Yeah, you guys did, yo. Shit. Tea versus coffee.
Favorite coffee, but I don't drink coffee. But coffee, if I had to, I would drink a coffee.
Okay. Rocksteady or Zulu Kings?
I'm gonna be real. I don't think I watch enough of like. I don't think I've done enough history and like really done my.
Zulu Kings. All right, let's get it. Oh, yeah. Monster versus Red Bull. The Monster team versus the Red Bull team. Who's winning? You can't be biased, bro.
No, I can't be biased.
Oh, yeah, you can. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Monster, bro.
All right.
That's family.
Who has better routines, Monster or Red Bull?
Monster.
Yeah, facts.
Come on,
Sorry,
guys.
guys. Yo, you guys got to get your
We
dance
can
on
be real
point.
about that one. Come on.
Zeku versus Gravity.
I love them both, but I'll say Zach.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Make some noise for yo, bro. Come on, yo, Trunkz in the building. All right, we got 3 clips that we want to watch.
Okay.
We want to watch these with you, and I'm gonna put them out. I'm gonna put them up in the screen real quick, and you're gonna have to tell me what memories come about when you see these clips right here. All right, the first one is Doug versus Cheeky, top 16, absolute skills, pro breaking, tour, and this is one of the oldest battles that I was able to find.
Yeah, this is an old one. That's why I hit. That's why I hit the.
All right, so talk to me about this battle, man.
man.
What comes to mind when you see something like this?
I still remember this battle. You unlocked the memory.
Did you win the battle?
No, I lost this battle.
You lost.
Yeah.
Against this guy?
So we went to this jam. It was in Boston. Absolute Skills. Crazy Freddy does this jam, and I didn't know who Chicky was. And I think when I was younger, even though I will say like I was humble and I was nice to people, there was an overconfidence still of like maybe I didn't have to do more than I had to, you know? Maybe I could get away with doing less. But I definitely lost this battle.
Do you think you lost, or did the judges?
Yeah, I lost.
Okay.
He was breaking faster than me, cleaner than me.
What?
Look at me, I'm all the way back there. Like,
But he
I'm
did
not even
Bourne's moves.
I did a freeze the other way, bro. What am I doing?
Oh yeah, you did do the freeze the other way.
Come on.
Yeah, you're right.
I can't even hear the music, but you know, I'm pretty sure the musicality had to do with it too.
Oh
Come
man.
on, you know? That was just like I did a swipe, then a two-leg swipe, and then a little chair freeze. Like, look at him. You know?
Okay.
He's coming at me with he's attacking.
Oh yeah, he is attacking.
Clean,
he is attacking.
fast, boom, on beat. Yeah.
So was this in Boston?
Yeah.
How did you get there?
We got invited actually.
But how? You drove there? You flew in?
So you see that guy right there with the curly hair next to Loquito, the one with the red shirt?
I don't
the
even
one
know
on
who
the
Loquito
left?
is.
Okay, Loquito. Shout out to Loquito from Connecticut.
Yo, shout out to Loquito. You could point him
But
over.
right next to him, right here.
Oh, the guy in the white tee.
Yeah, so that's Fusion, one of my crew members, super close friend, and we both we battled each other at a jam in Florida, and because I got second place, he got first place, we both got invited out to like the actual like final of the jam.
Okay.
So everybody who was battling that day was invited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you: when you battle, what's your favorite shoe to wear?
I'd say in between like P6000 and there's another one. It's another Nike shoe, but it's
Okay.
P6000 and another one. I just can't think of what it is. P6000.
And as far as clothing, do you like your clothes to be
Clothing, baggy.
loose, baggy, like tight? How do you
Baggy.
baggy?
Or maybe a tight shirt and loose pants.
Tight shirt and loose pants.
Yeah, but never tight pants.
Okay.
And never shorts.
Never short. Yeah, I can't break in
I
shorts.
can't. You know,
Even though you look
I
fresher
just
in
can't
shorts.
feel myself. I feel blocky. I feel like I'm not the super style b-boy. And I feel like if I wear shorts, it's even worse.
Really?
I feel like it. Yeah. No, I think my fit definitely plays a part in how I
Yeah.
perform. Yeah.
Okay.
Like how I feel in my shapes.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm rocking or when I'm doing something. Yeah, definitely. The shape of like how your clothes make your body look. It's important because I know how I look. I can imagine it. So if I know I look funky, I'm not gonna feel
It changes
good.
your vibe.
Exactly.
It changes the vibe. Yo, I see all you b-boys out there with dirty ass gray sweats, bro, and like wet spots in your butt and shit like that, bro. Like, and some of y'all b-girls too, bro. Y'all gotta stop that. All right, let's get back into it. Jeffro versus Doug.
You know how I said J Killa and was my favorite battle?
Yeah.
I think this is one of my other favorite battles.
Ooh, so let's slow down because this was a controversial weekend.
Yeah.
Did you blow your nose on Zeku's shirt?
Yeah, so everybody, if you didn't see what happened, somebody accused me for doing coke because it was a 2-round battle. I think it was 2 rounds.
Yeah, I don't remember.
We got a tiebreaker, and then the tiebreaker, it was on a live stream, and somebody accused me of doing coke in between the tiebreaker and like the 2 rounds because I turned around. And to be fair, I rewatched it, and it kind of looks like somebody doing a line.
Yeah.
But I literally turned around and I blew my nose because I had snot in my nose and I felt it and I felt like I couldn't breathe. So I was like, bro, I need to blow my nose. And Zach's like, yo, just use my shirt. And
Yo, all right, let's stop there for a second, bro. Like, that is so legendary for somebody to let you do that.
I know. After I was like, damn, y'all think
Like that.
y'all think I gotta like. Y'all think I have to do coke too?
That's another. People are dumb. People are dumb. I never thought you. I think I reacted to that and I was like, no. But shout out to Zeku.
Mm-hmm. No, that's like he's a real one, bro.
Yo, like
who's gonna let you?
Nobody.
Yeah, like ew, bro. I don't want
like,
to
yo,
snot
bro,
my
yo,
shit.
go do it over there. Yo, give me a napkin.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Like for real.
Yo, give us some time. Give us a second.
Yo,
nah,
what?
he ready to do it.
Shout out to Zeku. Yo,
Yeah,
did he give you that shirt or he kept rocking it all
Nah,
day?
he kept rocking it all
Yo, that's
day.
nasty, bro. That's nasty. But shout out to you for being a crew, man.
Hell yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I think I reacted to that and your dad got mad at me.
Really?
Yeah, I think
You reacted to it?
I did. I think I was clowning it, not you, but I was clowning the situation.
situation,
Because I was like,
yeah,
yo,
yeah.
there's no way he's doing that. He'd be in the parking lot doing it if he was doing it. By the way, drugs are bad, y'all. Don't be doing that shit. But yeah, I thought it was funny that people were running with that. But I was making fun of it, and just highlighting it. And I think your dad commented or something.
It's funny because Moy ended up speaking about it after the event a few days later on like a live stream, and I remember my dad getting mad at me because Moy invited me into the conversation on live, and to me, I was never mad that people did it. To me, it was funny. Honestly, if you believed a word of somebody saying that I was doing coke in between a tiebreaker, bro,
that's crazy.
There's just something not going good. Like, something's not right. There's a receptor in there that's not working. Yeah. Because to be real, like, at the time, I'm young. Yeah, maybe there's young people who do fucking coke, bro. But I'm young. I'm training. I'm tired. Like, I didn't do the line and go and get like I wasn't like buzzed and ready to go. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, there's no change in my demeanor. So like, if you have like do context clues and shit, like, and bro, we're breaking. I've never even heard of somebody doing a line at a jam to do better.
No.
So it was just like, to me, it was funny. It was comical to me.
It was comical.
They made a meme and they put my face on Scarface.
Oh, that's funny.
And I made it my profile picture.
That's funny.
For maybe like a month.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And you guys are from Miami, so it kind of like
it lines up.
It lines up with the it's funny. It's just funny, y'all. It's funny. So let's talk about this Jeffro battle in this event. What's up with this event? Obviously you blew your snot on Zeku's shirt, and he didn't change. We're gonna keep that in mind. But how'd you get here? Did you get here? Did you travel here? Did you travel as a crew? Fly in? What happened?
Yeah, Break Free was throwing an event, and obviously because Zek is part of Monster, we're very close with Moy. At the time, we weren't part of Monster yet, me and Nels. And yeah, we just wanted to go out to the event. We heard about it. We were ready to go, support the team, support Break Free, and it was honestly one of my best performances. I think it was one of the first times that I like tapped into that mode of like, I don't care about everybody watching me. Like, I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna freestyle. And yeah, I have my sets. I have certain things prepared, but I'm gonna just feel myself and not care about who's watching me right now. I'm gonna do me, like, represent myself.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. Yeah, I think this was a highlight moment for you where
definitely.
A lot of us were like introduced to you. Like during COVID, it was like the first time we started paying attention.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was one like one of those.
Change. Yeah. There was a little shift.
This was when we saw this was like, oh shit, he's here. Mm-hmm. You have arrived.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Jeffro, man? Is he a tough competitor? What do you think? Since we got him here?
I think one of the hardest things about going against Jeff is just his ability to be on the music. Yeah. And he knows how to dance, bro.
Yeah.
He knows how to dance.
Beautiful. Yo, shout out to Jeffro, man. I actually one of the guys that I do respect. Yeah. I love him, man. I love him. All right, we got one more battle that we want to get into. This is Freestyle Session, Breaking MIA versus Rock Force semifinals. Let me get this out the way. Do you think you lost? Do you guys think you guys lost? Did you guys like leave and like, yo, fuck that, we won that? Or did you guys, we lost that?
Rewatching it, I think we lost, but I think we lost because of everything that happened. I don't think we lost, but it could have been avoided if a lot of the shit that happened that didn't need to happen, that wasn't supposed to happen, that doesn't need to happen in a battle happened. Interruptions. They didn't count my round. They were saying, no, don't go out, but I still hadn't gone and done my second round. I'm not gonna say that like we were robbed of our
Yo, Cross won.
Like,
yo, you gotta call Cross, bro.
When I watched the battle though, when I rewatch it, I have rewatched it, and if I'm not mistaken, like I've rewatched and gone like, yeah, we could have performed better, and we did a routine that kind of didn't even get any love because it got interrupted. The jam got stopped.
Oh, the jam got stopped?
There was a reset.
I don't remember that.
There was a reset because Morris was breaking, and we started doing a routine. And then as we were doing the routine, he kept going. And
wait, Morris was in your side?
No. Morris was in the Rock Force.
Oh, yeah. Morris has a reputation of doing that shit since back in the days, bro. Like, Morris always jumping into the cypher and putting his butt on somebody's face, bro. Like, come on, Morris.
But yeah, it was a moment because he was still breaking. Zek and Nels got up, and then we kind of like flooded the floor. We started pushing back. There was a little not altercation, not to that extreme, yeah. But it got heated.
All right, yeah.
And it had to be separated, reset, and so it took away from like one of our biggest routines that we had planned for that event.
You know you gotta battle Morris. Like, you gotta battle Morris, yo. Pocket, Leggett, Morris, yo. We're coming after you, Morris. Yo. I love you.
I've battled Pocket before.
Oh, fresh.
In a battle though. In a battle.
Okay. Did you win or lose?
I lost.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, I actually like crashed really bad. Maybe that's my worst battle.
You see? We're going to get it out of you, bro.
That was my worst battle.
Question, was he wearing shoes?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Shout out to Pocket, man. I don't want to say it. I'll tell you something, but remind me later. Okay. So we got logistics. We got Logan here. We got Zeku. We got Nels. We got your whole crew. How was this weekend for you? The traveling here, was it a good?
You know what? I actually love that you asked me this, bro. Before going to this event, this was what, 2021?
Yo, I don't know.
My wrist was already fucked up. My wrist was already getting fucked up by this point. Before this jam, I hadn't done power in 2 months. Full 2 months.
Oh, wow.
I was breaking like this. And the day of the jam, shout out to TJ Offset Med. You know him, right? He wrapped up my wrist fucking insane.
Really?
And when he wrapped it up, I was able to put pressure on my wrist. And I was like, bro, it's freestyle session. I am not going to be the weak link on my team. I'm not going to be the reason that we lose this year. And we started battling, and I started putting my wrist down. And I was doing everything that I wasn't trading.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. And were you guys, even though you guys lost the battle, did you guys feel accomplished as a crew? Do you guys ever get them like, yo, we just killed it. Doesn't matter, y'all. We're here. Like,
no, we left the jam after that. We
right.
didn't even stay till the end.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Like that was, I have had 2 battles in my life where I lost and went, what the fuck? Like I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm mad about it.
Yeah.
Because we really did a lot for this, and we just put a lot into this.
Yeah.
So I think that was one of the hardest ones to get. I mean, I'm happy. I'm proud of that moment. But let's say like that same day, like it was go back to the hotel and just be like, we're that short of getting a ring.
Damn.
You know,
Damn.
a freestyle session ring.
Yeah.
It's freestyle session.
Yeah. Shout out to freestyle session.
You know?
Shout out to Cross. Okay. Well, Morris, you're gonna get it, Morris. We're gonna find you in the cypher one day. And Bowsy too. Bowsy, you're gonna get it too. Everybody, Kareem, you too.
Hey, shout out to Bowsy. He just won the
Shout out to Bowsy. Yo,
Minneapolis
I haven't seen it yet, but yeah.
Nah?
Spoiler alert. Bowsy won.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that is the last of the footage, man. Epic Crew, Doug. All right, so I got a few more questions before we wrap this up.
Sure.
And I don't want to get too personal, but this is the moment where we kind of like calm it down, reel it back, and we talk about some things, right? What do you believe in? And are you spiritual? How do you function in life, and how do you explain life to yourself?
I will say I'm not like super religious. I won't sit here and lie. Like I don't really go to church. I don't pray on the daily. I wouldn't say that I don't believe in God, but I think at this time in my life, I just haven't put a lot of attentions to that because I feel like I need to put my attentions in other places. And when I say that out loud, I feel bad saying that to a degree. I do believe in like spirituality though. You know what I mean? Like manifesting what you want to have in your life, energies. My mom does like tarot readings, energy healing, so she's like very much tapped in when it comes to that. I'm not as much tapped into it, but she's always telling me a lot of things. So I guess with life, I'm still figuring it out. I don't have the answer to it, to be honest. I cope in the way that I can, but I just try to keep my mind focused on what it is that I want to do. And whenever I feel like I'm not happy with where I'm at, if I ever get to those feelings, I always go like, there's a lot of 21-year-olds who are not doing as much as I'm doing. And there's a lot of experiences that I've lived in my life, even though I'm young, that people will never get to experience ever. So I have no reason to be sad. And I'm capable, I'm living, I'm breathing, I'm healthy. So whenever I get to those points where I'm like, damn, my life sucks, or like, shit's not going my way, it's like, relax, be grateful. That's
so
why I try to.
You have like a good positive outlook generally with life.
Yeah. I go through it though. Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie. Like, I go through it a lot because I think about life. I stress a lot.
Okay.
And because I think about the future so much, I make life harder than it has to be sometimes. But I have my methods of like bringing myself back to my like center.
What are those methods? Do you breathe?
Oh, like what I said. Just being grateful.
Reminding
myself of what I have done and that I'm in a good position. Like there's no reason to be worried. Yeah. Yeah, basically.
Dope. Did you have fun?
Did I have fun? Now?
Yeah.
Hell
today.
yeah. This is fun as fuck.
All right, dope. Yo, I really appreciate you for coming, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you having me.
If there's anything that you want to let the people know, you want to say anything, man, this is your moment. Everybody's watching. And then if there's anything you want to leave us off with.
To To be honest, I don't know. Like,
If there's nothing, that's cool too.
no, I'd say I'm not super. Like, I've done my stuff, but I wouldn't say I'm like super accomplished. But if I would tell anybody anything, like, just follow what you love to do, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it waiting to get to the top. Just have fun doing what it is that you're doing now. Appreciate it. Don't compare yourself too much, and be real with yourself too. You know what I mean? If you're not putting in the work, put in the work. And yeah, and I love you all. If you guys ever want to talk to me, see me at an event, don't feel shy to do so.
Yo, call them out first, though, bro. You gotta call them out first, and then ask them what you need. Call them out at the DMV. Win or no real ID. What does Trunkz thinks of B-Boy Issei?
Issei's raw,
Oh,
but
yeah.
he's kind of like not around as much now.
He did a few battles recently. He's been battling.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been battling.
But he's raw.
Yeah, he's raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's super raw. Tech Heras, best Nike shoe for breaking, to be honest. The Tech Heras. Jams too narrow. You'd be surprised on how many people will still catch you off guard sometimes. Yo, guys, I think this is it, man. I think we're going to wrap it up. Yo, I appreciate you for being here, man.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate you for
Thank
having
you.
me.
And we should do it. I'm going to figure it out where I want to have a table of B-boys. You know, in my living room or something. And then we'll have like 6 of us and try to figure out the whole camera situation. I've tried doing it and with Ivan where we have multiple cameras, but I'm not a tech guy.
I got you.
You know, so one day when we figure it out, I'll invite you back and we'll have a nice
Oh, yeah. A little panel.
Yeah, a panel.
That'd be dope.
Guys, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow Trunkz MIA on Instagram, Trunkz MIA, and let him know how fresh he is, man. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.
Peace out, y'all.
I felt like somebody was right next to me. I feel like a ghost or something. Peace, y'all.